267, you're on the air. How's it going?
Hi, my name's Will. I'm in Pennsylvania.
Hi, Will.
I got shared a link. This is my first time listening to your show. I really enjoy it, and I just felt compelled to call in because I miss the action movie so much. We have superhero movies, we have science fiction movies, but I miss the Jean-Claude Van Damme, Steven Seagal, guy who vaguely knows martial arts action movie, and I want to know how we can bring it back. I gotta have it.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. I grew up watching those films. I grew up watching Bloodsport and Under Siege, and unfortunately Under Siege 2. I watched all those movies as a kid.
Dark Territory.
That movie was terrible. I still quote that movie and say, assumptions are the mother of all fuck ups. I still say that, and I took that from that movie.
Oh man, And there's so many lines. There's so many. I mean, you are not a Tanaka. You are not Japanese.
Yeah.
Those movies, every Friday, me and my group of friends get together and we screen Van Damme or Seagal or a Hong Kong picture. And Korea's doing some interesting things in Indonesia with The Raid. And I feel like the death of the medium budget movie in Hollywood, how everything has to be super indie or it's got to be $200 million, has really killed the enjoyment of going for 2 hours and seeing a dude who's jacked just wreck some Russian dudes.
Yeah.
And that's what I want.
Well, I'll say this, though. Did you ever see the 2007 Clive Owens movie, Shoot 'Em Up?
Oh, yes.
That movie is like the last movie like that in my mind, because it knew exactly what it was. It knew exactly what it wanted to be, and it played it straight. It absolutely played it straight. You're
absolutely right.
And I love the sex scene when it turns into like a guns akimbo shootout. It just was great, or like jumping out of the plane and all of a sudden fucking Ace of Spades starts playing, as he's like gunning everybody down in the midair. It just, you don't see that anymore. And that movie tanked back in 2007. I was so pissed. I went and saw it the first day. First day it came out, I was there.
The only thing we have now is John Wick, and I love John Wick, and I appreciate all the gifts that Keanu blesses us with.
Yeah.
But we've got to have more.
I agree. Well, Batman Superman here says we just had Rambo, and I agree, but Rambo was definitely a bit more serious, right? It was like, you go back to First Blood. First Blood's a very serious movie. And it's a great film, but it's a very serious movie for the time. It was very poignant for the time, politically speaking. Then you get into to First Blood Part 2, and that one is clearly playing up. That was the
return to Vietnam.
Yeah, the
third one is about the Afghan.
Yeah.
No. Batman Superman's messed up, and I don't want to talk directly. I got to talk directly to the people right now.
Do it.
We're not looking for. I'm not looking for political allegories. I'm not looking for deep insights. I'm looking for the Kumite. You understand? I'm looking for bizarre, generic Asian warlords who are hosting a kung fu tournament, and everyone's got their own style. Yeah. That's what I want.
Well,
and I don't think it's too much to ask.
Well, you might be in luck. Actually, because you know what they're shooting right now, right? A
new Mortal Kombat.
Mortal fucking Kombat. Yeah. They're shooting Mortal Kombat right now, and that's coming out next year.
Can I give you a recommendation, sir?
By all means.
So if you want to get hyped for the new Mortal Kombat, the gentleman they got to play, I believe, Sub-Zero, Joe Taslim, his martial arts film on Netflix, The Night Comes for Us, is the most violent action movie I have ever seen. See it with children, see it with the elderly, see it with everybody. It sets a new standard for violence in the cinematic art form. Love the show. I'm never going to stop listening to it.
Well, hey, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, thank you very much. I'll have to check that one out. Definitely calling again. I love geeking out on everything. It's for me, I'm totally, we could talk about literally Spice Girls from the 90s, and I'd geek out on that shit too, right? I get hyped for the smallest stuff, But no, I really want to see the first R-rated movie I ever saw was Bloodsport. I was 5 years old. I was 5. Yes. And I remember
you grew up right.
I grew up right, totally. My mom had gone on a date to go see RoboCop, and I was furious that she went to go see RoboCop without me. Now that I'm older, I totally understand why, But then her friend who babysat me with her boyfriend, they brought over Bloodsport. We watched Bloodsport. I have seen Bloodsport now. I cannot even tell you how many times I've watched that fucking movie, and I love.
I literally, I want to share just real quick with me. 8 years old, Dad took me to see Rumble in the Bronx. Went to the Blockbuster, rented every Jackie Chan movie, found the international section because of Jackie Chan, started watching John Woo movies, and then Takeshi Kitano movies. Jackie Chan literally introduced me to world cinema. I love him for that. I need more Kung Fu.
Let me ask you this real quick before we go.
Yes.
Operation Condor, best Jackie Chan movie or best Jackie Chan movie?
See, it's that or Super Cop.
Super Cop was good. Some of those were kind of bad though. Mr. Nice Guy was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. That was like there was a couple of other ones that he did that were pretty terrible. But like Rumble in the Bronx, I loved. It was his first American film. It was his first R-rated movie. It was such a good movie for the time. And then of course it was like there was Super Cop came out not long after that one. Mr. Nice Guy. Then there was like Operation Condor.
First Strike.
First. They started dumping all these Jackie Chan movies in the States. And as a teenager here in America, I was loving it. I was always going to the theater to watch Jackie Chan films. So I totally on board with that shit.
I have a message for the people who dumped all those Jackie Chan movies on us. God bless you.
I said the same thing to my mom for showing me British comedies on PBS on Friday nights when I was a kid. So it's like Monty Python, Blackadder, Waiting for God, Are You Being Served, Faulty Towers. I grew up watching all that shit. And the thing is, honest to God, man, you know what? We're not seeing I feel bad for kids who didn't grow up like that. Like I have a 2-year-old who I watch Disney movies with all the time. And I'm like, I guarantee you she's going to laugh her ass off at certain things, like when we get older. So I'm making this list of movies to show her as she grows up that are just going to be like fun for her to check out. Same with my other daughter too.
And I love the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I thought some of that itch was scratched by something like Captain America: The Winter Soldier. But we got to be honest with ourselves. Disney's not going to let Chris Evans come in and blow away thousands of dirtbags the way Chow Yun-Fat did in Hard Boiled.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's what the children need it. It's for the children.
For the children. Well, I mean, they've got video games now that kind of allow them to do that. So it's a lot more, it's a lot different. But the thing is, those other movies from back in the day, all the Seagal, the Van Dammes, the Jackie Chans, the Schwarzeneggers, the Bruce Willises, the Stallones, like there's a lot of good stuff there. And I think those movies are always going to be there and they're always going to be fun. Like, I don't know if you saw last week, I'm trying to do this new series called Patio Commentary, where I look at movies and I try to like just talk about them a bit. And I did Demolition Man as my first tester, and that movie's one of my all-time faves. It's like in my mind, that's the last great '80s action film.
Amazing. 3 seashells.
Exactly.
Taco Bell's the last restaurant. I love it.
Yeah, it's such a good movie. It's such a fun thing to talk about. But hey, man, thank you so much. I got to jump off this stream and go to another stream. I'll be linking that here in the chat. But thank you so much for calling.
You have a great one.
Call in again 100%,
man.
Have yourself a great night. Thank you.
You too. Bye.
Bye.